about it, bitch.
Run by robots and androids that can transform into vehicles. Wife. What is an ex-wife? Is that some sort of clone model that we're not familiar with?
Come see about it, bitch.
She doesn't like you talking like that.
Vera X Prime.
Called y'all here. I've been asked by a certain individual to take part of a podcast called Bridging the Gap. So let's bridge this gap between humans and aliens.
And my daughter, she mentioned something about social medias that you could follow. I believe it's at Scooby the Kid. D-A, I don't know why it's a D-A.
Scooby the Kid.
You know, like that right there.
Oh, that's weird.
Interesting.
And then at Chef Mac 1523, at OSoShy11, at Bill_Perry, and at Bridge the Gap 77. She said, "Get tuned in and tapped in." Those were her exact words.
Your daughter must watch this podcast.
I think she does. She's a big fan.
What is your daughter's name?
Maya Lynn.
Maya Lynn.
And she doesn't play the violin.
What was those? Well, all of that, is that a form of communication?
Yeah, from what I understand, social media is like basically you can connect with anybody over the whole entire world and maybe interdimensionally. Do y'all have social media where y'all from?
Social media.
Well, many of our kind can actually, speak without even speaking.
We can do things with our minds and communicate. Higher level beings, higher level Nebulonians have the ability of telepathy. That's the word, yes, telepathy. And it's like myself and Vera have the abilities to move objects by manipulating your physics. And it is an understanding of just physics. We're not magical beings. It's just we understand the universe at a different level of thought.
X9, I gotta say something. You remind me of a man I once met. His name is Mr. BM. Have you ever heard of him?
Mr. BM. I am not.
BM.
No, I'm not familiar with this individual.
He's
is he Nebulonian?
No, but he's something else. He's a musician from Earth. Well, I don't think he's from Earth, but
I am not familiar with this individual.
There's a YouTube video on Bill Perry's Facebook or YouTube page called Shook by Mr. BM. You should go check that out.
These individuals that host this program, what is it exactly they do here? I am somewhat perplexed on my role, and I'm looking at this liquid substance.
Yes, that's. I was wondering if you drink brew, being as we went through all this, brew.
H2O.
Oh, as in hydrogen and oxygen. The humans understand. Oh, it's water. Yes, I know they have water here. That was
Very
a
good
substance
for you.
that.
It's not quite
Yes,
water.
it's water.
Agent John
It has
Riley says
H2
it's water.
It's water.
So
You can trust
I
John
will
Riley.
just. The water on your planet has a different type of, how can I say, flavor.
Yeah, it's
I don't understand how human beings swim and bathe in such a liquid.
That's actually an alcoholic beverage.
See, you got pulled on what we call here a practical joke.
A practical joke.
Like ha-ha.
What is this?
Yeah.
joke?
Ha ha.
Ha-ha. Like, not like aha, but like ha-ha.
What
Is
is the
that
purpose of this
humor?
joke? Humor.
Humor, yes.
I do not have a sense of humor.
Humor is pointless.
I mean, I truly don't have a sense of it at all. I don't know what amuses
Yo,
humans.
it's like, I'm glad I'm not an alien, because y'all are missing out on the best parts of being human. Or, the best parts of being human.
Well,
Humor.
the genetics within us, as I've explained to you on the spaceship, that especially yourself, he was very impressed. Oh my goodness, that's not Nebulonians, I hope.
The
I don't think they'll
Nebulonians.
find us here.
The Nebulonians.
Nebulonians, I hope they haven't found us again. Right, that would be very.
It was just
Our
the ship.
devices were going off because I believe Nebulonians are trying to still contact us. I think it is okay though.
Okay.
It was the ship that was just informing
I
me.
appreciate your bravery.
I think they might want some H2O.
Well, I remember
crew
the
on the
way Marty Blake responded on the spaceship once we allowed him to. Well, it's your spaceship. John Riley didn't seem too surprised, though.
Yeah, John Riley, me. I don't know why I speak in third person. Sometimes I do that. Just need to know.
Well, we
I'm not
know.
tired of this need to know bullshit, and I'll put $1 in the swear jar, Mylan. I'm sorry. Need
Was
to
that
know.
what is that? The word that you used? It was
It's a bad word. My daughter doesn't like me to use those. She bullshit.
Interesting.
Like
Have you
bull
heard of this
excrement?
word? Bull excrement, as
Excrement.
in.
Like, humans, they eat, and then it goes through a whole system, and then it comes out of their
The
back
process
end.
of defecation.
Yes.
Do y'all pee and poop? Takes.
Well, I was quite alarmed the other day where I had an experience where, okay, excuse me for saying,
That's a smile I
Was
see?
it a human experience?
well, I'm having some sort of reaction here.
To the
But essentially, what happened was, I was just enjoying the day, as humans say. I was walking
Your
about,
daughter said those are bad for you.
but all of a sudden, I had some sort of methane gas explosion from
That's called
the
a fart.
it was very upsetting. That experience, because it wasn't so much the sound, but there was vibration.
This is how you can relate to the humans. This is what they do.
It's that human food on
But the
grease.
smell. I mean, do the humans always have to deal with that smell
From
every
what I
time that
understand,
experience happens?
They plan for it. They set times and parties around it.
So, Marty Blake, you know exactly what time you will pass this gas, as it were.
No, I'm a kind of just like when it comes, I go.
But the majority of the time they do schedule
My
I wouldn't
girlfriend
say
does
no.
schedules, kind of.
your
Oh, ex-wife, you know.
ex-wife. What is an ex-wife? Is that some sort of clone model that we're not familiar with?
You could say.
Because I am the X98. The ex-wife is perhaps an advanced.
I think she's a little more evil than you.
Based on the things I've gathered about his ex-wife, she is from literal hell.
I read about this place, the Hades, and
Nah. Wrong. That's another god that we worship.
oh, I see.
This one is, he's called Lucifer.
Lucifer. Yes, okay, not
He is
he.
not powerful than me.
Yeah.
He deals
He-
with fire. I read about the Lord.
he's
Seems that
not-
he's stolen your powers or thinks he has. I would like to confront this individual.
I don't know this individual, but I do not fear him.
I don't like the idea.
Lucifer's kind of iffy, you know.
But your daughter,
Yeah.
your ex-wife rather, what model? So what did you do? What is this ex-wife? What does she do for you?
Well, she is the mother of my child, and I love her.
like
This is
Diganus
love.
is for you. So they use your blood and her blood to create
Kind of like
myelin.
Kind of, sort of, except it's a little bit different. It's not blood.
semen.
It's a special
So-
white substance.
Semen, I am familiar with
So
this.
you give birth.
You
with
give
this
birth.
Semen.
She gives
And you.
birth.
But the only whole.
But you said it was your daughter. My mother. Birth. Father. Birth.
So you give birth through the anal canal.
No, that would suck. I'm glad that we don't.
Well, how is this your child?
Well,
He
because
planted the seed.
it was and
So you get some sort of soil, and you get the semen and put it in the soil, and then the child sprouts,
Kinda,
similar
yeah.
to the incubation periods with us and the
Except the
incubators.
incubation period and the soil we speak of is inside a woman.
yes,
That sounds very uncomfortable.
I can
would
imagine it
assume,
is.
yeah. And
So how is this your child, Marty
because
Blake?
Have
it
y'all
takes-
heard of DNA?
Yes, this is what our whole existence is predicated
So
on.
his DNA is in the child. It's kind of like a clone, except it's a clone of two people instead of one.
So, Agent John Rowley, did you create your partner?
No,
You got your semen and put it in soil, and
his,
Marty Blake.
so like
Test tubes. Test tubes.
that could happen too, but it was not the case in this. So it was, we were in Vegas, getting a little wild,
Test tube.
and she was kind of a test tube, a little bit, I guess. You know. What I'm
Oh,
saying?
something.
I don't see. This is natural.
Something is.
His
I'm
child.
having some sort of malfunction to this moment. I'm not sure exactly what's happening to me, but I'm having
Maybe
facial
it's the
tics and.
farts. Maybe it's the fart.
So this is a form of farting, is what's go. I
somebody
see.
has introduced laughing gas. I can smell it.
Laughing gas.
It's
Okay.
a chemical that makes
This
you.
is this humor again.
Yes, because I was feeling quite uncomfortable in my abdominal region. I was in facial tics. I didn't know if maybe perhaps that was the appropriate response to your ex-wife.
Yeah, I mean, kind of. She's.
Your ex-wife perhaps is a joke, and this is why we laughed.
If I would say,
His ex-wife is a joke.
yeah.
I understand.
But I still did not. The sense of humor still eludes me.
So like, she's a joke in the sense of it gets deep.
So your daughter is the genetic property of hers. Your daughter is also a joke.
Oh no, she's not a joke. She's funny though. She's kind of funny. She's a
I
jokester.
mean, it seems apropos, I believe is the correct word, to say such a thing because of the
But then-
description of the process that he's describing.
The DNA is from both of them. So is that?
So how do you extrapolate your DNA? My issue here is
test tube?
So essentially,
test tubes.
One
So
test tube
you
goes
get
into a holder. A test tube goes into a holder.
so a
like
test
this.
tube goes into a holder.
And then
I
the
imagine.
test tube expels semen, and in that holder are eggs.
By a
Where,
doctor.
where is the container?
If we consider Marty Blake a doctor, yes.
there you can, if you want to see it in action, you can Google human mating.
Human mating.
Yes.
And what will I discover?
I mean, it depends on how far the rabbit hole you go down.
Well,
Marty Blake.
Vera X Prime had hacked the internet, and we saw a lot of depraved things on the internet. There was one particular video that really disturbed me, where two young ladies were consuming the defecation,
Two girls, one cup.
and it was very troubling. I didn't understand why the human species still existed if such human beings are amongst you. Yes, it's very troubling. I
See,
agree, Vera.
But that's why humans have warning labels like "Do not drink bleach," because somebody.
And
has.
perhaps do not eat defecation.
There's no
there-
warning label for that, but
There is
yes.
no. It seems there should be a warning if
You
there's.
have now disturbed me.
Yes, yes, I understand. I no longer try to hack the internet, but to speak upon the things of mating. No, I don't think I did happen to see
I
a.
saw excuse me. I do not like this internet.
What did you see?
It should burn.
Oh shit.
I must
It should
consume more
burn.
water.
I think I'll destroy this internet.
Well, there was one video where I saw a young lady who appeared to be in pain. There was a man, and he was bullying her or something, but there seemed to be some sort of joy between the both of them. But I did not see a child emerge.
Well,
Well, it takes 9 months.
Gestation period.
Yes.
Similar to our incubation, but it only takes, if I'm not mistaken, 3 months for us, Vera.
but see, we take 9 months because, like, we have different things. We have humor. Like, they left that
But
out
we
of
have-
y'all, so it's only 3 months.
We also come out
But we can
completely
learn
useless.
everything about you, essentially.
We come out completely useless. Where, I mean, a baby that comes out of a woman is about as useful as this bottle.
So you train the child
Yes.
Essentially.
to defend Earth.
Kind of, yes.
Sometimes.
For the most part, yeah. Because Earth is dying.
I mean, we are trained to defend well, we were trained to defend Nebulonian code. And everything was about Nebulonians. But when they sought my destruction, I no longer abide by that code. So I assume that all humans are birthed and trained in the art of defense to fight off any
Well,
enemies.
humans
Me
have the
and him
luxury.
are trained in defense.
You
But
know,
some humans can go into mating, and that is a special thing that I'm sure Marty Blake has spent a lot of time looking at.
So, to create this creature, Marty Blake and Agent John Riley would have to find an ex-wife.
or a wife. She now has to be an ex.
But it has to be the model ex-wife. correct?
Ex-wife, and it must be an ex-wife. The ex-models are superior.
Well, no, because
It has to be a female.
in human,
Then why did you refer to her as an ex-wife?
because it's basically like crossed out. It's like, when you eliminate a threat.
When you
That's like the
eliminate a
X.
target, you cross
X it
out
out.
the target.
For
ex-wife.
us, X is more about the unknown, as it's known here, I believe in mathematics here, as algebra. Do you have a pen?
Yeah, I do.
So you say eliminate a threat. She was a terrorist?
Thank you. Is there a piece of paper I could write on?
I'll say that we were both probably terrorists in the relationship.
But you are a good guy. I saved you.
Yeah, well, that's the kind of the thing about humans is sometimes we make mistakes and we learn from them.
So I have made a mistake in saving you
No, I wouldn't say that.
because you are a terrorist.
I hope that.
What? She correct? But this is what I'm going to show you that is going to... And when I'm done showing you this, you cannot keep this. This right here
Oh, yeah.
is the secret to time travel.
Oh, shit, okay.
Vera, you will be familiar with this formula. The secrets to time travel. This type of information is the reason why we are careful in our encounters with humans, because in the wrong hands, humans would try to manipulate their history. For us, we use it as a form of travel. Now that I think about it, certain events that occurred, we could have just simply traveled back in a time and averted a lot of it. But then the humans would have been exposed to this formula, which, if I understand it, on this planet would have a lot of value.
I would assume, yeah. I think, so,
Just in case you would have, I don't trust this being out here with other humans.
I understand. I have a question. X9.
Yes.
So, purpose. You're created to destroy.
That was my purpose. We were clone bottles that were made to assimilate into human culture and then inevitably, yes, destroy you.
So kind of like Men in Black. Have y'all seen Men in Black?
Men in Black.
Yeah, it's a movie with Will Smith
Smith.
about
He
aliens.
is a man in black.
I wear, it is absent of color, yes. But why specifically men in black? Are there not women in black? Vera wears black.
Not until like later movies, but
Movies, I am familiar with this form of entertainment.
and so essentially what you're saying is they made a movie about your life because there was aliens living here infiltrating human society.
How long have you been here, X9? By my estimates, it's been since 1947, based on my intel.
There were many clone models, yes, that existed. And my model is based off of the Von Tallis model. Now, Von Tallis, I'm not sure how old Von Tallis is, but my biological template is a representation of who he was, or is rather. He is Nebulonian, but he practices the art of very mystic and forbidden rituals in our society. He is a Psygot.
Talus.
Yes, Von Tallis. He's a Psygot, and he leads a group of Psygots, which I've explained to you. In your lore and mythology, I've seen things like warlocks and witches. It's very akin to what we call the Psygots, but they are real, Marty Blake. Psygots are real, and they are very evil. And my bloodline, all of my clones are from that model, are from that individual.
See,
There's a lot about this universe you guys do not know. Do you know, for example, that there are, Vera, excuse me, but I am going to introduce the humans to other alien societies, and I know that is forbidden, but I think that they've earned the right to know at this point. There are, prepare yourselves for this information, there is a society run by robots and androids that can transform into vehicles back and forth.
Transformers.
Shia LaBeouf,
More than meets the eye.
Autobots.
What
Roll
are you
out.
talking about? How are you privy to this information? That planet is, it's not even in your,
Cybertron.
it's not even in this region. It's light years from here. That's what I find curious. They have all these things about dragons and witches, and now they have this more than meets the eye program. It's as if they're tapped into the universal consciousness. They have not experienced these things, but they're writing it in their literature. It is incredible to me that what was this person? The wolf? The wolf that you said was in the Transformers. You said this individual, the wolf.
Oh, Shia
Shia
LaBeouf.
LaBeouf. He's an actor.
He's an actor.
Yes.
So he pretends, if I understand the
Essentially,
art form.
Yeah.
But we've known.
So he
about-
plays a transformer?
He plays.
He plays a human
yeah,
that
he-
meets a transformer.
and
His
the-
name is Optimus. Well, he meets Bumblebee first.
Bumblebee, the yellow one,
The what?
the yellow, the
Camaro.
Camaro. Yeah.
Okay, a vehicle, and
This is
he
a
is
yellow
the-
one.
But that's a chicken. That's not a robot.
does this it does not transform?
Nah.
What? So this Bumblebee is the leader?
No, Optimus Prime's the
Optimus
leader.
Prime.
Blasphemy! Prime!
Prime.
I find that highly offensive.
It's okay. The
Why-
humans have many good tendencies.
Primes are special models.
Well, but you're not. So, but
But
what makes you so
Optimus-
special
There-
to own Prime?
This is
There are-
fiction you speak of. More than meets the eye, this program you speak of. It. No. Prime.
Chicken cannot be Transformers.
This is not a Prime model. How can this be a Prime model?
Come see about it, biatch.
She doesn't like to be talked to like that. from
Don't
what I
talk to
heard.
Abigail.
I thought that these animals could not communicate.
Hell no.
I do not trust this.
She's a talking chicken.
A talking chicken? Isn't that against all of your laws of physics and reality here?
Well,
You're here.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Those all went out the window.
We understand things that are true. You speak of these movies of the wolf transforming into robots. This occurrence is real out here, gentlemen.
We
I
have
must
known
say.
we have intel about everything for a long time now.
But there are things that humans don't know.
Like what?
There is a world where Diganis, for example, her mother, her genetic mother, comes from a world of what you would call dragons. There's a name of the species I forget, but There is a world of them, and they are intelligent. That is far superior to humans. They
Far
have
superior.
created technological advances.
Far superior.
Did you know that on Earth there's a whole classified location that I cannot speak of that has aliens that have come to Earth before?
You speak of Roswell, the 1947 incident. They were very clumsy, and those were not Nebulonians. That's a
But
whole other species.
there
You know
were-
the ones, they're very clumsy. Very clumsy with
There's
their
a whole
technology.
there's a whole area that
Every species that you've encountered here have been clumsy. The technological advances that we have, you would not know that we even exist. The only reason why we came so forthcoming because we were on the hunt and had to be forthcoming to you. I remember your reaction when I first appeared, which I never explained to you, which I could take the time to write out for you, but it's more or less to do with this code.
Okay.
This
you
is
tell
how
our
we are
doctors
able to
how to write?
teleport.
Oh, okay.
I truly like our human friends, but you give away too much information.
You are correct, Vera Prime. You are correct. I should not have shown you such things. Are you very good with physics?
I am.
In theory,
Astrophysics?
Yes.
no. I'm
Macrolakaka physics?
I read, no.
Kind of, sort of.
But you-
Nebulonian physics?
I actually did read a book about that.
There is no Nebulonian physics, at least not that I know of, around here on Earth.
Boom, we got tricked, boy.
Even the thing that they discovered in Roswell, Vera, you know that that technology is so primitive. I mean, really, the ship went down so easily. They, from what I understand, they actually captured the aliens and they put them there. And they think that the rest of the universe does not know that they have them. Here's the thing, though. They keep it a secret so the other humans don't know. Isn't that curious? They have the
humans.
evidence, but they don't share the information. I don't
It's
understand.
need to know.
It's just like our existence. I was trying to explain to a woman the other day, her dog ran out in the street. I used my technological advances to bring the dog back. This is what I did. Well, I say technological. I have to admit, Vera, I used my telekinetic powers. And I brought the dog back. It was a little small dog, and it was making a lot of noise, and it aggravated me, but I saved the dog.
Okay.
Brought it back. The woman asked me if I was a magician.
Well,
I do not profess to be. I assume that's another form of what we would call a psygot. And I am not a psygot.
Except
It should be destroyed.
magicians are fake. Sorry.
Magicians are
You
fake.
cannot trust
so
a zygote.
And
you
can't
cannot
a
trust
magician.
psygots. So magicians are the equivalent of
They are
psygots.
zygotes.
So we should destroy
Magicians.
all
No.
magicians.
Magicians.
No.
We should destroy all magicians.
Magicians
If
do-
they're like psygots.
magicians just make things disappear using sleight
I
of
shall
hand.
make them
Psygots
disappear.
do the same. We shall destroy
But
all
see, like,
magicians.
They shall burn.
They
like,
will
see,
burn.
I can pull this out of your ear,
You are a psygot?
but it was in my hand the whole time.
So you deceived me, Agent John Riley.
Yes.
Why would you do such a thing to
Well, I
me?
mean, I'm a master in sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand.
That's how I steal things, pickpocket, learn intel.
But when I create lightning, it truly comes from me. I do not fake the lightning. Perhaps your ex-wife model shoots lightning like my model.
when she's mad, it seems she's thunder, lightning, a whole rainstorm.
She brings hell on earth.
Well, what about Maya Lynn? I'm sure she's a formidable model as well.
Oh yeah, she's fantastic. She's very smart, very intelligent. She would know the questions.
Maya
to ask.
Lynn, join us in our allegiance to destroy the Nebulonians.
Maybe you should upgrade ex-wife. Maybe you should upgrade that model.
I
And
think
get a
that
new
would be
wife.
good.
I know you've been lonely. You've
A
been
new
looking at human
ex-wife.
mating a lot.
A new ex-wife.
A new ex-wife would be appropriate for you, yes, Marty Blake.
Upgrade.
For the individuals that perhaps are seeing this feed,
What if
Marty Blake needs a new ex-wife.
do you know any ex-wives from your planet?
I am not familiar with this model, but perhaps we could introduce you to the Ariel V100. But I believe John Riley told me you had an encounter with her. She has blonde hair.
She's that cyborg we fought.
Oh, that crazy.
But I could introduce you to a model
She
similar
brings
to
the
her.
fire.
She brings the fire, yes, like your ex-wife.
I think
so
he's looking for something a little more human.
No.
human,
I've tried the human. I want to go.
that would be a weakness.
Love is not a weakness.
Love.
That's the beautiful part about humans is the emotions that you might find as weaknesses are actually our greatest strengths.
I lost people that I loved, and those have kept me fighting.
I remember.
Weakness is strength with humans.
It appears so.
So strength is weakness.
Yeah,
Weakness is strength.
definitely.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
The yin and the yang.
As I've spoken, I think the humans have inadvertently channeled the universal consciousness that we and other life forms in the universe are aware of. And I was going to speak to Agent John Riley about on the field. I am familiar with the name Maya Lin, but you told me that you had a son that is no longer here with us.
I had a son and a daughter and a wife.
Not an ex-wife,
No, she died.
so she's widowed.
She's not windowed, she's widowed, yes.
What is this that you have given me?
That is a magical plant that grows here on Earth.
So I consume it, I eat it,
No, you.
Inhale,
inhale it.
smoke.
X98. Are you sure?
It has fire like you, Vera X Prime, and I
See-
trust the fire in you.
But do you trust Marty? That could have been poison.
I trust Marty Blake. We have been through so much.
I don't know. Marty
flavor.
Marty Blake has
What is the purpose of the inhaling of this
to make you
device?
smarter.
To tap into the universal consciousness.
Smarter.
Universal.
Will it enhance my
consciousness.
telekinetic abilities?
No.
I would say so. I don't know. This is a
Do you
first
have
test run.
Do you have a brain with neurons and synapses?
Yes, we do.
So
Along
this-
with other things.
This will help your synapses fire faster.
Well, there are things in play that help me to channel the electric impulses that are inside of me.
You have tried H2O. You have tried this
THC.
fire. THC, H2. So what are the effects, X98?
Well, when I consume their washing liquid or the
Nectar of the gods.
nectar of the gods, it had a flavor, but I don't feel any way. But I think that is the reaction.
What was that reaction?
I don't know what that was. Humans, what did I just do?
That is called a cough. See,
Is that a malfunction in my design?
you might have something that is going around right now called coronavirus.
I am not corrupted. My sensibilities are here and my mechanics all work as they should.
That's good.
Can you close your eyes?
Can I close my eyes?
Does he even have eyes? I've never seen him without his glasses.
I tend to not reveal my eyes much because sometimes they can be aglow with the power that is within
Like
me.
Cyclops.
Cyclops, you speak of the mythical being.
No, the guy from X-Men. He's a mutant who raises his visor.
More X models.
Kind of.
Kinda, sorta. Except they're humans who have a mutation in their DNA.
How is it that we do not know of these X models?
Why didn't they come for the battle?
Exactly.
Well,
Cowards.
well, the X-Men are not real. You know, they got Professor X. He telekinetically raises.
Professor X model?
There's Wolverine. You know, stab things with his
A
claws.
Wolverine X model?
There's Beast.
Beast X model? I do not know of these models at all. X-Men, what is their purpose? To destroy Nebulonians or
To
Earthlings?
defend the Earth from Magneto. He can control metal.
Magneto.
Magneto, as in magnetism.
Yes.
There's an individual on this planet that can affect magnetism.
Well, he's not real. It's a movie.
Again, with this movie, all of your powerful beings belong to movies.
I don't
Who is
belong to a
powerful?
movie.
Well, yes, John Rowley is powerful, but I want to understand why do you put so much energy into these fake beings
I
that
am
do not
powerful.
exist?
You are powerful.
You really have the power of these so-called gods in their literature. You can channel fire. I channel lightning. But this wolf individual that transforms into vehicles belongs in the movies.
Yes.
In the movies, yes.
On the big screen.
What can he do in real life?
Act.
Act, yeah.
He's a professional liar.
And this is an occupation for this individual.
Yes, he gets paid.
Why would
Although-
one be paid to lie and deceive the public?
Well, all he does now is
The
just
human
scream,
behavior
just do it.
baffles me.
I got a real serious question. How's ET doing?
E.T.
Extraterrestrial. E.T.
Is ET not
We
real?
are
E.T.
extraterrestrials
fine
as
gold.
far as this planet goes. So, which extraterrestrial are you curious about?
He's a
Because if
brown
he
guy.
speaks of the one from 1947, again, they were clumsy in their technology.
I can draw one for you.
Yes.
He's got a long finger. It glows at the end.
He has a long.
Touches little boys' foreheads.
1947.
1947 is when the E.T. or whatever this.
It's a
what-
movie.
What particular extraterrestrial was this?
So
Well, we
is
never
he
knew the
brown,
name. He
and
just was called E E.T.
and it's got like two big bug eyes, and it's real skinny neck.
So it was an insect.
Kind of, it kind of did look like an insect, but it was human
Insect.
size.
There are world I saw the other day, and I was embarrassed.
This guy.
But it was-
Have you ever seen this guy?
There is a life form out there that looks like that.
See, he came
That
to
looks
Earth.
like the Logasos from the 4027 region. But they do not know that it is light years from here.
He came to Earth and
Rode on a bicycle.
yeah, rode on a bicycle.
Why would he come here to this
Logasso?
planet?
It was an accident. It ship crashed.
Exactly.
His ship crashed.
He means war.
Shit.
He means war.
Of
He's a
course,
evil.
there's no possible way that
He's-
one of them came
He's
here.
like Casper. He's friendly.
Why is it always
War.
got to be war?
Yeah.
Because you do not understand humans, and this is what we have been trying to get you to understand. The greater the technological advances, the more you pollute your planet. Nebulon was completely corrupted because of technological advances. We polluted our air, we destroyed our waters, and all of our natural resources. And so
You
now,
have your gun to protect yourself from war.
We have our
Nebulonians
gun to protect
had to
ourselves.
protect themselves because we had to travel to various galaxies where there were other life forms that had conquered interstellar travel, and they sought to conquer us, and we had to defend ourselves.
We do it like we have our guns for the same reason you didn't let the 99 model take you over.
But the
We will
99
live.
model was simply being compliant to the Nebulonian code. I was the one that was being insubordinate because I became aware of my existence.
And that's
You got
why
free
we
will.
have guns, is to protect our existence.
But I have seen humans use it on each other. So how is that beneficial for
I
warding
have
off
used
aliens?
guns on another person before.
Why would you do such a thing, Agent John Riley?
Well, sometimes I was getting paid, but sometimes it was to help.
I would not use an orbital blaster on you, Vera X Prime.
Not at all. Not on my clone brother.
But what about Titan?
The Titan X-100, yes, he sought my destruction, but again, he was being compliant to the Nebulonian code. I, Agent Riley and Blake, am the insubordinate one.
And that's why I use guns, because they seek my destruction.
Because you are insubordinate to the human code?
Because they are insubordinate to my code.
It depends on the way you look at it.
This is very perplexing. The human condition baffles me. It is very simple with us. If you have a conflict with us, we have a conflict with you. If you do not have a conflict with us, we do not have a conflict with you.
And that's the way it is here.
That is not what I have seen, John Riley. I have seen you use even nuclear capabilities upon each other. I have seen you use weapons like this
Because
to
they
shoot
had a conflict with us.
the littlest ones on this planet. I have seen you corrupt your waters and your air for what I understand is this term called profit.
Dollar bills, y'all.
So Marty Blake agrees with me.
I have been in the business of killing for money.
But you say, what about war? This makes no sense.
And we do not seek profit. We seek survival for our war. When we came here,
But war never changes.
or as the Nebulonians came here, they were going to assimilate into society. They had to eradicate humans because they knew humans would not live peacefully with us side by side. We had saw your destructive ways from afar. We had been keeping tabs on you for a very, very, very long
Well,
time.
maybe we didn't know any better. We just needed somebody to teach us.
You take
That
this
is not our
planet,
job, Agent Marty Blake.
this planet who has had humans on it for very little compared to the universe. We're still babies, taking baby steps.
Not even a baby, John Riley, because at least a baby is aware and responds to the environment by crying or by emoting. There are things in this universe that if I was, and trust me, Vera, I will not write these things down. There are things out here, Agents Johns Riley and Blake, that are the things of nightmares for
Like a Death
humans.
Yeah, Star Wars.
Star Wars.
Lightsabers?
Lightsabers.
Darth Vader,
Ooh,
y'all are
I
very
am your
similar.
father.
Force, y'all got telekinetic powers.
Darth Vader.
Vader.
Anakin,
Skywalker. Yoda.
Baby Yoda.
You humans, you speak of individuals. Now, I would think now, I'm going to brace myself. These individuals exist, I would imagine. This is why you're telling me. Because the others, I can understand they were fiction, but there is a Darth Vader. There is a Yoda.
Yoda.
These individuals exist.
I'm sure somewhere.
They exist
There
in
is
our
no
minds.
individuals on all of the worlds that I have ever been to in the short time that I spent with the Nebulonians.
But have you
Name
been
it
to every
Darth
universe in this
Vader.
infinite world? Or infinite universe, I guess I should say.
There are a lot of things going on. Again, John Ronnie, I cannot tell you. There are actually things on the other side of black holes, but humans do not even understand what's inside of a black hole from what I understand of your science. So I must not reveal that there is another side to the black hole.
I very
Or
serious.
perhaps I just did reveal that. But the humans listening, they will not believe me.
The humans listening also don't have.
I think I
Access
just
to the
felt one of
classified.
those things. I'm not. Excuse me, I'm going to take it in. Let me, the methane, there's
Might be
methane.
time for us to teleport out of here.
There's, I detect methane. Well,
Serious question though. What came first, the chicken or the egg?
well, according to this planet, there must be an egg in order to birth individuals like
But there has to be a chicken to birth the
this.
egg.
She's fighting me for some reason. Why? It's
Hell no!
oh, okay. I did not mean to offend the talking chicken, which baffles all science on this planet.
Come see about it, biatch!
Come see about it,
Yeah.
bit.
Biatch.
Biatch.
I am so sexy.
Sexy.
She thinks she's
Interesting.
cute.
So I understand of sex. When she says she is sexy, she gives birth a lot.
No.
Kind of.
Well,
think
I mean-
so. It's gotta. That's her personal business. I haven't asked her.
Abigail's weird because Abigail is a rooster.
A rooster.
That means she's a male, but she identifies as Abigail.
Interesting. So even the chickens are very, very complex in their design.
Yes. 100%.
Now, do the humans have sex with the chickens?
No. Maybe somewhere, but I don't. Most people don't.
Interesting.
Definitely not.
Well, perhaps we should leave this place. I believe, Vera, your spacecraft awaits us.
Yes, it does.
I have some personal matters I have to attend to first.
Okay, Agent John Riley. Agent Marty Blake, perhaps you need to see Maya Lynn
Yes, I'm gonna go call her now.
and the ex-wife model.
Probably so.
Well, we all have business that we must tend to. And we will see you somewhere in the future. They found me. Vengeance we all have here.
Look at the gap.
Bridging the gap with you. Thank you and good night. Is that all we
Based
need
on
to
my
do?
intel, that's how we end it.
Maya Lynn said, make sure y'all tuned in and tapped into the social medias that we
Said earlier.
Tuned in and tapped in.
Yes.
Vera, let's go.
Let's go.
Man, that was weird, Marty. I'm not even gonna lie.
It was. They confused me more and more by the day. But,
I got some personal business.
well, hope Marlene answers.
What's up? It's your boy, Chef Mac 1523. I just met up with Riley and got this footage for you, and I edited it for your face. They seem like real interesting people. Maybe we'll see some more of them soon. Make sure you get ready for They Found Me Vengeance coming out, if it's not already out, within the next week or so. Starring me, Scooby Kid, Bill Perry, Vera X Prime, as the four you see here in this podcast. Hope you enjoy. Make sure you like, subscribe, ding dong that notification bell so that you can get notified every time we upload a video. And contest this week is tell us what your favorite part about Halloween is. And happy Halloween. I hope everybody stays safe, wear your mask, be safe, don't get sick, and peace out.